Fleet Admiral Kextharon of the Dominion 5th Battle Group had seen every conceivable type of warship in his 4 centuries of military service. Crystalline vessels that could phase through solid matter, bioships grown from engineered organisms, quantum tunneling fighters that existed in multiple dimensions. Simultaneously, the galaxy was full of creative approaches to naval warfare. But nothing in his extensive experience had prepared him for what his sensors were detecting in the outer reaches of the Proxima Centauri system. "Scan results confirmed," Admiral, reported his tactical officer, Lieutenant Vex Miran, her voice carrying undertones of confusion that made Kextharon's primary attention nodes focus sharply. "The humans have. They've somehow." "Lieutenant, report clearly," Kextharon commanded, his exoskeleton shifting to combat-ready configuration. The Dominion had been monitoring human expansion for the past 60 standard cycles, noting their remarkably rapid technological advancement and their disturbing tendency toward militarization of civilian infrastructure. "Sir, the humans have converted the entire Proxima Centauri star into a weapons platform." The command bridge fell silent, except for the soft humming of life support systems. Kextharon's secondary brain processed the statement 3 times before his consciousness could accept its implications. "Lieutenant, clarify your statement. Are you suggesting the humans have built a structure around their star?" "No, sir." Vex Miran's mandibles clicked with barely controlled panic. "They've converted the star itself into a weapon. The entire stellar mass has been reconfigured as a directed energy projector capable of sterilizing solar systems at a range of up to 12 light-years." Kextharon accessed the sensor data directly through his neural interface, and what he discovered made his combat veteran consciousness recoil in horror. The humans hadn't built a weapon, they had turned a sun into a gun. "Impossible," whispered Science Coordinator Thex Allen from her monitoring station. "The energy requirements alone to manipulate stellar magnetic fields on this scale, the computational power needed to prevent collapse while maintaining fusion reactions. No species has ever achieved such mastery over fundamental forces." But the evidence was undeniable. Proxima Centauri's solar output had been focused into a coherent beam of such intensity that it could punch through planetary shields from interstellar distances. The star's rotation had been artificially accelerated, its magnetic field reshaped into focusing arrays, and its corona restructured to serve as targeting sensors. Admiral, Communications Officer Yexthal reported with trembling appendages, "We're receiving a transmission from the star." The main display activated, showing the interior of what appeared to be a command center built somehow within the stellar atmosphere itself. A human woman in military uniform stood calmly before banks of monitors, showing stellar mechanics data that represented sciences the Dominion had never conceived possible. "Dominion vessels," the human said, her voice carrying across subspace with perfect clarity. "This is Admiral Catherine Chen of the Solar Defense Command. You are currently within the engagement range of the Proxima Cannon. Please state your intentions in human space." Kextharon found his voice after several seconds of stunned silence. "Admiral Chen, this is Fleet Admiral Kextharon of the Dominion. Our mission is routine border reconnaissance. We had no knowledge that humans had, that your species possessed, stellar engineering capabilities." Chen finished helpfully. "Yes, we've found that most species assume such technology is theoretical. We prefer to let them continue thinking that." The casual way she discussed weaponizing an entire star made Kextharon's threat assessment algorithms overload with warnings. "Admiral, the Dominion has no hostile intentions toward humanity. We are merely conducting standard patrol operations." "Of course," Chen replied. "However, since you're here, perhaps you'd like to understand what you're looking at. The Proxima Cannon represents our response to galactic civilizations, that might consider humanity a threat worth eliminating. The display shifted to show technical schematics that made Thexalan emit harmonics of pure terror. The humans hadn't just converted one star. The data showed similar modifications to every star within 50 light-years of Earth. The entire local stellar neighborhood had been turned into an interconnected weapons grid. Each star in our defensive network, Chen continued conversationally, can deliver focused energy equivalent to a supernova blast to any target within its effective range. The targeting system uses quantum entangled particles to achieve instantaneous fire control across multiple light-years. Recharge time between maximum power shots is approximately 14 hours. Kex Theron's tactical brain was already calculating the implications. A weapon system with interstellar range, supernova-level destructive power, and enough units to saturate entire galactic regions with overlapping fire coverage. The humans had essentially turned their local space into an impregnable fortress that could destroy fleets before they came within light-years of human worlds. But Admiral Thexalan managed to transmit the energy requirements to maintain stellar manipulation on this scale must be enormous. How do you power such technology? Chen's smile carried implications that made every Dominion officer's survival instincts scream warnings. Each star powers itself, of course. We've simply made them more efficient at converting matter to energy. A side benefit is that our modified stars will burn for approximately 50 times longer than natural stellar evolution would normally allow. The revelation that humans had not only weaponized stars, but improved their efficiency was perhaps the most terrifying aspect of the entire encounter. They hadn't just created weapons, they had re-engineered the fundamental processes of stellar evolution to serve their military needs. One question, Admiral Kex Theron found himself asking despite his better judgment. Why reveal this capability to us? Surely maintaining this secret would be more strategically advantageous. Chen's expression became thoughtful. Because, Admiral Kex Theron, we want the galaxy to understand something important about humanity. We don't build weapons to conquer. We build them to ensure nobody else conquers us. The Proxima Cannon Network exists to guarantee that any species considering aggressive action against humanity reconsiders their position very carefully. She gestured to displays showing star maps with human modifications spreading outward in all directions. Currently, our defensive grid covers approximately 200 light-years in all directions from Earth. We add roughly 50 new stellar weapons platforms each year as our expansion continues. The message we want to convey is simple: leave humans alone, and we'll leave you alone. As the transmission ended, Kex Theron stared at the tactical displays showing humanity's stellar weapons grid. The species they had considered a minor regional power had revealed themselves to be capable of sterilizing entire galactic sectors. Admiral Vex Moran asked quietly, "Recommendations for fleet deployment?" Kex Theron's response became legendary in Dominion military academies: maximum withdrawal speed. And send a message to High Command: update human threat assessment to species capable of weaponizing fundamental forces. Recommend immediate establishment of permanent non-aggression treaties. As the Dominion fleet retreated at maximum velocity, every officer aboard knew they had witnessed something that would change galactic politics forever. The humans hadn't just built warships, they had turned the very stars into weapons. And somehow, that was the least terrifying part of the encounter.